today I'd like to show you a publication which I've subscribed to for a couple of years, well, more than that, 4 or 5 years now. It's an annual publication. It's not targeted at hobbyists as such, shortwave listeners or anything like that, but it is a general listening guide. Now, it's aimed at the UK only, so apologies if you're watching this outside of the UK. I know I've got quite a few viewers in North America. It may be that you have similar publications in your country, so I'd be interested to know if you do. But this is a radio listener's guide, as I say, for the UK, and it seems to be primarily aimed at people that are interested in FM and DAB radio, as well as radio programs that can be accessed online, whether that be Wi-Fi, internet radio, or podcasts, streaming, and so on. So I just thought I'd give you a little look at the 2025 edition here, the Radio Listener's Guide. There's also a companion television viewer's guide as well, but I must say I've never had one of those, and may be of some interest. The publication contains general news about radio in the UK. So we've got a little bit of coverage on the medium wave frequencies, the medium wave transmitters that have closed in 2024. We've got some news here about long wave in the UK and how BBC Radio 4 is likely to finish in June 25 on long wave. It'll be FM and online only after that. So this is the sort of thing. We've got the DAB news about new stations coming to DAB radio, some little features on DJs on British radio, such as Steve Wright, the well-known Radio 2 DJ who passed away in 24. Annie Nightingale also passed away last year. And there's a little article down here on Johnny Walker, the veteran DJ who hosted Sounds of the 70s on BBC Radio 2. This article is a little bit dated now, even though this is the 2025 edition, because it says that Johnny Walker had retired, but unfortunately he recently passed away too. So just to give you an idea of the kind of articles, but there's also quite a bit of reference material in this guide, and if we go through, we've got some information on buying a new radio and what kind of radios are out there, depending on what you want to listen to. Digital radio, DAB, smart speakers, clock radios. There's even a few reviews, online radio, Bluetooth and wireless streaming articles here. Then there's some reviews on some of the devices, like smart speakers that you can purchase to stream your radio programs. Google smart speakers, Amazon smart speakers, actual radios as we know them, some reviews and some classifications of the various radios. Some in-depth articles. Then we've got a car sender device, a Roberts clock radio, an IKEA radio, Pure radios, Roberts, Reticus. There's actually a shortwave radio there, the Reticus TR112. Odd looking radios. I've not had the chance to use one of those. Roberts Reunion, Pure, DAB radios, and so on. Okay, so there's quite a lot of reviews on various items, like a little mini hi-fi device from Pure there. There's some information on music streaming services here. Various apps that you can use to listen to radio, including BBC Sound, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, and so on. There's an in-depth article on BBC Sounds. There's an article on an app called Radio Player, some information on podcasts, information on Spotify, which I need to read because I must say Spotify is not something I'm familiar with. I know it's very popular. But then we've got the reference information I was talking about here. We've got lists of the UK DAB national stations, lists of the BBC national DAB transmitters and where they're located. So we've got information, location information on the DAB transmitters, the power output and the location. That's quite comprehensive. That's for England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales. Digital 1 and Digital 2 DAB transmitters, again with the locations. A list of the DAB multiplexes here on a map of the UK, including Northern Ireland there. Some more information on DAB, the multiplexes, small scale multiplexes as well, with a list of the stations within those multiplexes. Then we have these maps which show the coverage and frequency of the BBC national radio stations on FM. So we've got BBC Radio 1 there, BBC Radio 2, and you can see the various parts of the country where you're going to find the best FM signal for the radio station you want to listen to. Radio 3 and 4, similarly. Okay, and then Radio 5 live and classic FM coverage again. We've got the map and we've got the frequencies. Talk Sport, which is mainly an AM a station, medium wave. And we've got a map there with the various medium wave frequencies where you'll find Talk Sport. Got BBC FM radio in Northern Ireland there. Listings of BBC FM radio in England, with the 4 main BBC radio stations and the frequencies where you'll find them. We've got a map here of BBC FM transmitters in England. BBC FM radio in Scotland again listed with the frequencies, and we've got a map showing the transmitter locations in Scotland, and the same for Wales. We've got the transmitter locations, high and low power, the main transmitters and the relays. And then on this page we've got a listing of BBC FM radio in Wales and the frequencies, transmitter locations and the output powers. So some useful technical information in this publication. Long and medium wave transmitters in the UK. Again, we've got on a map here. And we've got Radio 4's frequencies, Radio Scotland, Radio Wales, Asian Network and Radio 5 on medium wave. Because Radio 4 is of course still on long wave. Classic FM listings here for FM frequencies and transmitter locations for Classic FM. Absolute Radio, Talk Sport, commercial local radio. You can see there's a full map again of the UK showing the transmitter sites. And then we've actually got listings of commercial and community local radio. Okay, they're listed alphabetically here from all through the UK. You've got the listings, gives you the coverage area, where the transmitter is located, and power output. So that's a kind of A to Z listing. Commercial and community local is quite comprehensive. This very useful if you're maybe travelling around and you're looking to do a bit of FM listening. BBC local and regional radio. Got listings of the local regions where you'll find a BBC station on the map here. And then we've got the actual listings showing the transmitter location, frequency and the power output. And we've also got a list of restricted service licensed low power stations. So it's things like at the Silverstone Racetrack 87.7 FM, Thruxton 93.7, Donington 94.3. Some low powered AM hospital radio stations listed there as well. And then we've actually got a list of UK online digital local stations. And There's even a little section there on the Republic of Ireland, although this is obviously mainly aimed at the UK. We've got Republic of Ireland transmitters and the transmitter location, power output and so on, in a similar way that we have the UK listings. So even if you're located in Republic of Ireland, this publication will be quite useful to you. And got a little guide on listening to overseas radio stations. Here they're mainly referring to using AM medium wave to listen to overseas stations. There is mention of long wave. Of course, we can pick up Romania, Algeria and Poland generally on long wave. And there's also mention here of both the medium wave circle and the British DX Club, both of which I belong to. Very, very useful clubs if you're interested in medium wave or general shortwave listening, which is the British DX Club. Got an article on the BBC World Service. A little article on radio on Sky, how to tune into radio if you've got a Sky satellite system. Got radio stations on there. Radio on Freeview, which is the UK terrestrial digital television service. FreeSat, which is a non-subscription satellite service on how to receive radio stations on FreeSat. And there's an online television and radio service now called Freely, and there's some information on how to tune in those stations. And then towards the end of the book, you'll see here we have long and medium wave frequency index. So I'm not quite sure what the parameters of this are, but if we look at long wave, we've got the full set of long wave stations really listed here: Romania, France, BBC and Algeria, Poland. And then medium wave, we've got a mix of UK and European stations. I've got a lot of the Spanish medium wave stations listed here. And then we've got an index, an FM index of BBC National, Classic FM, commercial and local community stations. So that's frequency by frequency and frequency order. We've got a listing of the stations in the UK. Again, that's useful if you're listening to radio. Maybe conditions are up and you're getting some English-speaking UK FM stations you don't normally receive. This listing would be very, very useful. So it covers the whole of the 88 to 108 FM band. So that is basically it. We just got some further information and contacts in the back of the book. That is the Radio Listener's Guide. Okay, 2025. It's available on mail order. I don't think you'll find it in any news agents. I might be wrong, but I've never seen it. If you're interested in domestic, UK domestic AM and FM and DAB radio, it's useful. As we've seen, it's also got some use if you're living in the Republic of Ireland. If you're outside of the UK, the AM side of it could still be of interest, and if you're in Europe, again, it's quite possible it would be a useful reference if you're doing any band 2 FM DXing. If you're in North America, I'd be very interested to see if there's a similar, or there are similar publications in your country. Anyway, hope that was of some interest, and thanks for watching.